While a scheduled trip of the Indian Foreign Secretary Vikram Mistri to Nepal was postponed after the Nepali government raised the issue of Lipulekh, Limpiyadhura, and Kalapani areas, a major controversy has been stoked over the same issue, with the Nepali Prime Minister Balendra Shah stating in his parliament that not only India has encroached upon Nepali land, but it was also Nepal which had encroached upon India's land. The statement, which was made by Shah in the Nepali parliament on Sunday, now sees him as having to face major opposition from the opposition parties of Nepal, with several of them demanding that the PM retract his comments and issue a clarification on his remarks. In fact, while speaking in the parliament, the Prime Minister Balendra Shah, who has recently risen to power, backed by major support from the youth of the Nepali nation, said that he had come to know after becoming the Prime Minister that it was not only India that had encroached upon Nepali territory, but also vice versa. Now, this triggered major criticism from the opposition parties of Nepal, whose student wings have especially taken to streets and are demanding that the Prime Minister should retract his comments and issue a clarification. To be precise, the Nepali Prime Minister Balendra Shah has also informed his parliament that not only dialogue has been happening between India, Nepal, and China and Nepal on the boundary issue, but dialogue has also happened over the issue with the British government. Now, this has sparked a major speculation within the Nepali and Indian media, with the Nepali press pointing out that if that has happened, it may be a part of back channel talks with the UK government. And it is also possible that the Nepali government had undertaken such talks with the UK government without going public with them. Some commentators in the Nepali press have in fact welcomed the move and said that if such talks have been undertaken with the British government, it is possible that the Nepali government is looking at the UK as a third party which can mediate between India and Nepal on the issue. In fact, one commentator has even commented that if such talks have been initiated with the British government and if the British have been invited to mediate between India and Nepal over the boundary issue, it is a welcome move, as when bilateral talks fail, a third party mediation is the natural recourse. However, this has sparked major concerns in India, as any mediation by a third party would never be acceptable to the Indian side, sources say. The question of Lipulekh, Limpiyadhura, and Kalapani areas is in fact governed by the Sugauli Treaty between India and Nepal, which was signed before the independence of the Indian nation. It is in fact a 19th century treaty that governs the borders of India and Nepal. Significantly, the Nepali press has noted that if the Nepali government has discussed the issue with the UK, it only shows that it could have been done given that the treaty was signed with the British government, which was in power before Indian independence. However, this can spark major concerns with India, which has always underlined that any border dispute has to be resolved bilaterally without any mediation of a third party. While this controversy is only raging, the president of the Rashtriya Swatantra Party, of which Balendra Shah is a member, has arrived in India on a 2-day visit. And the leader, Ravi Lamichane, is likely to meet the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday. It is significant to note that if this meeting goes through, it is highly possible that the issue of Lipulekh, Limpiyadhura, and Kalapani areas may also be taken up during this meeting. As of now, however, official press statements from the RSP as well as the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is the ruling party here in India, have said that the visit of Ravi Lamichane to India is happening on an invite from the BJP National President Nitin Naveen. And even the Nepali officials have said that it cannot be seen as a replacement for a visit by the Nepali Prime Minister Balendra Shah to India. It is to be noted that Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invited Balendra Shah to visit India, but Ravi Lamichane has emphasized in the past that Shah will not be undertaking any foreign visit during the very first year of his office. However, Nepali government sources say that while it is highly unlikely that Shah will be able to avoid a foreign visit entirely during the first year, Shah is definitely not going to visit any foreign country during the first 100 days in office, given the 100-day plan that his government has promised to achieve in the beginning of his regime. Now it remains to be seen whether Lamichane's visit adds warmth to the India-Nepal relationship in the backdrop of this controversy, or this controversy continues to play a thorn in India-Nepal ties. We'll keep tracking this major development between India and Nepal. This is me, Shikha Salaria, reporting from New Delhi for India Abroad.